I'm going to just cover some of the external aesthetic changes I've done to this Buick Roadmaster Wagon I've had since November of 2012. It's a Gulf Coast, Florida car all its life, third owner. This is its good side. Had about 78,000 miles at the time. Just some body rust, no frame rust whatsoever. Typical spots. And of course, this is the bad side. And the tires were really old, so I decided to get some aftermarket rims to make it look a little better when I went to go buy a new set of tires. So again, it doesn't look too bad on the good side, and the not so good side looks like crap. Of course, it still had the flyaway panel on the rear door. Now here's where I attempted to try my hand at airbrushing to fill in the wood trim that looked like crap. First time I've tried to paint a car since I used a paint roller on one. The tailgate came out okay, but the side really never did look too good. I think it takes a true artist to be able to do that. Another thing I did, I used Aerospace 303 to bring back the tail lights a bit. They weren't looking too good from sun damage, and actually did a very good job. So next I decided to go ahead and Plasti Dip the wood trim in black just to do something different. I've never seen anybody do it. The black is the easiest, in my opinion, to hide mistakes, especially when you're doing it with a spray can and not doing it professionally. And of course this was done in November of 2015, 3 years later. Used about 3.5 cans. I think the fourth can I saved for touch-ups later on. It didn't take all that long to paint, but it took a long time to mask everything else off. As anybody who's done any kind of painting knows. The masking off takes way longer than the painting does. And I didn't care about painting over the emblems or the door handles. I actually wanted to do it that way. So here is just some close-ups. That was another thing I ended up doing, is I removed all the rubber trim. Because the chrome trim, it wasn't meant for difference. And of course everybody knows about the flyaway trim. So of course the driver's side, the bad side, being most sun damaged, lost that. Underneath it looks real ugly, so I decided to plastic dip those pieces as well, which definitely looked a lot better. And of course I couldn't leave well enough alone. I didn't like the black stripe of around the front bumper, especially after taking the rest of the black rubber trim off the chrome around the sides and the back of the car. So I went ahead and did the entire bumper and the grill, but for some reason I didn't take a picture of the grill when I first did it. I removed the grill and sprayed it alongside the car. The bumper was looking really bad too on the top where it's normally black. I just spray painted the whole thing white, as well as the bottom panels behind the wheels. Then the headlights, of course the headlights are notoriously bad, but I went ahead and replaced those. And here's when I had a minor accident in a parking garage, but not wanting to admit it was my fault, I decided to put this message on the back window until I was able to get it replaced. And anybody who knows Fred up in the Carolinas helped me get a used tailgate, which I then had to repaint. Finally, I figured it was time to retire the aftermarket rims and put the originals on, which I plastic dipped in white because they weren't in the greatest of shape. And I decided this is when I came up with a name for the car, Serendipity. Custom made wheel covers for the center caps. I plastic dipped them first before I applied the decals so they could be easily removed later on, and I think they came out really good. They lasted quite a long time before they started coming apart a little bit. And here's just another look at how it looks without the rubber trim on the sides, and here's I think a shot with the bumper painted. Here's the front grille, painted white, and this is after quite a while. I cleaned it up a little bit, but this has been maybe a year, and this is what the black looks like after 3 years. It's getting a lot of orange peel on it, so it's definitely time to redo it or do something different. Again, thank you for watching. Please leave a comment below, like and subscribe, and you can support my channel by clicking on the links below if you want to use the products that I used in this video.